Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new, my name is Sandra. I am an interior designer and I have my own firm here in Chicago, Illinois. Today, going on 5 years in business. It's crazy, wild, I know. I wanted to share some of my top networking tips that have gotten me to land some clients, to land some leads, and spread the word out about my business. Networking is super essential in this field because you have to get out there to make yourself known, to make yourself seen as a trusted person, a trusted individual, and that you are legitimate about your business. So without further ado, let's get started on what are my top tips. Number one is join design associations. There's organizations like IIDA and ASID that are great for networking. You meet a lot of people in the industry. You meet designers, you meet some different vendors. They do have membership fees. You do have to pay to become a member. I personally am not a member, but I do attend their events. You don't have to be a member to attend their events. They have some really great events that I went to last year, like the Interior Design Business Bootcamp. They usually have some like happy hours at different vendors, and that also helps me brighten my horizon to different vendors. I also follow them on Instagram and social media to follow up and keep up on their latest events or seminars. So it's really great. I've met some great people and made a really great interior design friend. Moving on from that, number two, we have attend golf events. Golfing events are gold mines for networking. A lot of business owners, different types of people go golfing, but if you go to a particular event that is kind of related to interior design or business owners or something like that, definitely go. I've met a lifelong client from a golfing event. I feel like I've talked about this in different videos, but to kind of sum it up, I volunteered at an event because I am not a golfer per se, and I actually came across one of my past clients. He introduced me to like his friends, which led me to the now client that I have, and we built such a great relationship. These people are wonderful. I've known them for about 2 years now, and within that short span, they've given me 4 projects, and they are pretty much set on working with me for any other projects, which is amazing. So it's a gold mine. Put yourself out there even if you don't know how to golf. And number 3, we have attend trade shows and expos. There are so many different types of interior design trade shows and expos that you can go to. For example, there's High Point Market, there's NeoCon, which is in Chicago, there's the HP or the HD Expo. It's the HD Expo. Attend those because there you will meet so many different people. Last year, I attended the Chicago Build Expo. You know, there's a lot of different vendors out there, and in that expo, they also had an area for networking. They had like a speed networking round. So I decided to go and talk to as many people as I can. I actually came across this Chicago law firm, and they were talking to me, telling me that they host quite a few networking events. They're usually pretty intimate. So they asked me if I was interested, which I said yes, absolutely. And they invited me to an event that they had in December of last year, which I went. I was able to kind of collaborate and meet different people in the industry. And then they actually invited me to like their kind of close-knit networking group, which is great because it just kind of exposes me to a lot of people. And I'm actually going to another of their events later on today. So it just kind of takes one person to meet you that will kind of broaden your horizon to meet other people that could, you know, potentially use your services. Okay, so as I'm editing this, I just wanted to share how that event went. It wasn't really an event. It was more of a sit down and talk. I wasn't really too sure what to expect, but they wanted to get to learn more about me and my business and how I got into interior design, what's my process, what are my goals, which kind of took me back. I wasn't really too sure, like, what are these questions for? And turns out like they were telling me how Lima, the partner of the law firm, is all about helping small businesses, helping women-owned businesses kind of leverage and kind of find these opportunities for them, which I thought was really neat and heartwarming to learn that and to find out that they were kind of on like our side, the small business side, and willing to support. So I'm really excited about this relationship that I have built with them. And they invited me to this women's event in March to meet more entrepreneurs, which is really great. But yeah, I just wanted to share that you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And I really had debated on doing this or going to the expo, and I'm glad that I went and put myself out there and made myself talk to people because I'm kind of shy. And hadn't I not talking to people and forced myself to go to this networking speed round, I would have never had this opportunity. So yeah. And number 4, we have leverage online communities. So this is more for like Facebook groups. Definitely look up some local Facebook groups in your area, join it, and kind of stay updated on what people are posting, what people are needing. I saw this girl post that she needed an interior designer, or she was looking for an interior designer. So I commented and I said, hey, I'm an interior designer in the area. This is my business page. Feel free to reach out. And she did. So we set up a time to meet, and she also invited another lady that had commented, and she was a realtor. So we all met. We kind of like talked about what we do, our services. That realtor also recommended my services to another person in that same Facebook group. So it's a lot of potential in these groups, which is crazy because I would have never thought. The other thing that you could do is, respond to people's posts. If someone's looking for general design advice, I would, give my little 2 cents there just in case, because people are going to be looking at those comments, and then they see that they see that you comment, they're going to click on your profile, they see what they like, they might send an inquiry. So it's just a lot of potential. The other thing that I want to mention about the Facebook group is somebody had posted that they were looking for another interior designer to partner up. So I, of course, commented. I said, hey, I would love to. I'm interested. And as of right now, we are kind of partnering up to take on this kind of big project. So it's a lot of great potential in these local communities, which I never thought, but they work. And number 5, I have Enlist in your local Chamber of Commerce. This usually, I think it mostly applies to like suburbs. I could be wrong. You of course have to pay to be a part of this, but it's also a great opportunity to meet other business people in the local area and connect. Which kind of leads me to my next point, which is build strategic partnerships. Look up some architects, realtors, investors, builders that are near your area. Send them like a email saying that you're in the area, you're willing to work with them, see if they have any projects that you could help, find a way to build that partnership relationship with these people, because if they have a project that they need help on, you could use your interior design services. That could lead to, a new client. And number 7, leave your business cards at local businesses. Some local businesses have different types of business cards on display. I actually have not done that. But I should do that, and I should let you guys know how it goes. But I usually see this when I go to the gym at Alley Fitness. They have, a stack of business cards, and you never know who could pick it up and is looking for your service. I would ask them first if it's okay. The other thing related to this topic that you could do is use location-specific hashtags on your Instagram. I have actually had clients find me through specific hashtags, so make sure you're utilizing that. Like I'll put hashtag Chicago interior designer or hashtag Roselle. A client has actually found me through hashtag Latina interior designer because they wanted to work with one. So yeah, utilize those location-based hashtags and they could work. Okay, so those are pretty much my top networking tips that have gotten me to land some clients and leads. And now I want to move on to some personal tips that I have learned from networking. So starting with, make sure that you are searchable on Google or Yelp. I mean, I don't think Yelp is usually high in demand in interior design world, but definitely have a Google profile where people can Google you and find your services, find your website, and all that stuff. Follow up after meetings. After you meet someone that you really want to connect with, I would send them an email the next day or later on, and I would reference the conversation and keep it light, keep it personable, but make it memorable. Usually when you meet a lot of people and when someone specifically follows up, it just sets a different type of tone, and people are like, oh, they took the time to actually send me this email. So it kind of makes you stand out a little bit. Make some genuine connections. Sometimes in this industry, or At least I feel like sometimes I get too business-like, I get too in my mind, and I don't really let my personality shine. So I have to find a way to loosen up and, you know, really make that connection, really get personable with these people, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, you have to build these relationships, like their work. So I would ask about themselves, like ask them questions, because people love talking about themselves. You know, find some similarities that you guys have between one another to kind of connect off. Find their interests. So there's a lot of things that you could kind of talk about other than business. The other thing is, like, don't be too salesy, because that's a turn off for a lot of people. And if you don't vibe with someone and their energy just isn't right, don't force it. Always, always, always bring your business cards everywhere you go. It doesn't matter where you're going or how long you're gonna be out of your home, always bring them, because you might bump into someone that could use your services or is looking for your business card or something like that. I always carry like a few physical business cards with me, and then I also have my virtual business card, the one that you tap on the phone and all the link comes up on their end. When you are going to large expos or events where you're gonna meet a lot of people, what I do is I usually take one of their business cards and I write a fun fact or something memorable about the person. Because when you go home and you see all these piles of business cards, you're gonna be like, I don't even know who this person was, or I don't know anything about them. It helps to keep kind of a mental tack of the people that you want to work with. Offer value when you get referrals. So let's say somebody keeps referring clients your way. Make sure that there's a way that they are compensated for that, and they see that you value and you appreciate that they're referring you, because that's how this kind of thing goes in this business world. Is when people send referrals, it's always nice to get one back or find something to, you know, send them a gift or something like that. Always offer value in that term. You can't always expect to get referrals if you're not doing it back. And last but not least is be confident. Nobody wants to hire anyone that is unsure of their skill sets, is unsure of their business structure. People want to make sure that when they're hiring you and your services, that they're being taken care of. Like, if you go to a spa and the esthetician is unsure about the work that she's doing, you're not going to want to be there or feel comfortable, right? So sometimes that kind of goes in hand with fake it till you make it. So sometimes you got to act like you're confident. It helps to really be sure of like your pricing and your services and your flow. If things are unorganized, you're not going to be confident about it. So when you have a good structure, yes, those are pretty much my tips for networking and ways to land in new leads and clients. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any other tips or ways on how to land clients, feel free to drop it in the comments down below so you can help one another. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to keep seeing videos about interior design business, life. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.